Hello, y'all. I'm like hella late. Let me go live on Instagram. On TikTok. Just set this up for success. Okay. And right. And boom, we is live. Okay. Hello, everybody. Am I like the only person that's like blah with the retrogrades right now? Because yeah, this is gonna be a little bit of a I feel like it's gonna be a reflective live because I feel like there's a lot. Hey Lana, how are you? There's a lot going, there's a lot going on community-wise. There's a lot going on. Energetically speaking, the retrogrades got everybody bugging. I'm not even gonna lie. There's a lot of retrogrades have everybody just losing their minds, just their entire minds. So we're gonna just do a check-in. So I want everybody to tell me in the comments how they're feeling. That's what I want. We're gonna start off with some, disclosure of feelings. And then we're gonna do a little exercise, okay? You guys know that I often, make you guys do exercises. This is gonna be one of the days that we do an exercise. And this is going to be an embody check-in, okay? We're gonna check in with our bodies. And this is going to be as per what's coming up this week, things that you're going to have to focus on and things that you're going to have to heal. So we're going to do an body check-in. It's literally not going to take that long. So it's going to be a quick body check-in. But I want you guys to tell me in the comments how you're feeling first. How are you feeling? Are you feeling clouded? Are you feeling, irritated? Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling frustrated? Are you feeling like you're lost? Are you feeling like you're a little bit unsure about things? Are you how are you feeling? How are you feeling right now? That's what I want to know. We're going to start with how you're feeling, and then we're going to do an in-body check-in. Okay? So we have stopping into to tap the screen, love all my cousins in here. Oh, thank you, boo. Confused and unsure. Okay, so we're getting a lot of things. Hi, Denise. Hi, Michaela. For those who see me looking down here, it's because I got YouTube down here and TikTok up here. So just keep that in mind. Hi, Michaela. Hello. Good evening, beautiful. Wonderful to hear from you this week. Love all you do. Thank you, boo. Denise said, yup, scared, tired, irritable all at once. Okay, we're getting a lot confused. We got confused. Thankful that I am still alive. Very good. That's one I think a lot can agree. How are you feeling? Okay. We got frustrated, cloudy, overwhelmed, half stuck, uncertain. Okay. Exhausted, easily triggered, not feeling this Monday vibe. Yeah, I don't really feel it when the moon is currently in Aries. I don't like Aries moons. Not like if you have an Aries moon, I don't like you. I mean, like the moon is in Aries. I don't like the energy of moon in Aries. It's a little bit too chaotic. Tired and chaotic. Okay, we got tired and chaotic. Lana's feeling very focused. Okay. How else is everybody else feeling? Okay. How's everybody else feeling? Do an exercise. Okay. We're gonna do an exercise in like a minute, and I want to make sure everybody gets their answers in. Okay. So check in with yourself real quick. How are you feeling? Michaela said, been cleaning and purging for 3 days and tired in my chaos energy. That definitely sounds like some Virgo shit. That is like probably the most Virgo shit that you could be doing right now. No, for real. Okay, so we're gonna do an exercise. This is a very, very simple exercise, okay? And this is something that you can do at literally any point in time when you feel like you just need to check in. It's an in-body check-in, okay? We're gonna do a body check-in with ourselves. So I want you to close your eyes, okay? Close your eyes. We're going to do an in-body check-in. So close your eyes and just begin to focus in on your breath. Okay, take a couple deep breaths in on your own and some deep breaths out. A few on your own. deep breath in. Deep breath out. Two more. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Now, I want you to visualize yourself inside a golden egg. You're taking deep breaths in. And deep breaths out. This golden egg is divine healing light. So you're breathing in that divine healing light, and you're breathing out. Breathing in that divine healing light and sending it to anywhere in your body that needs a little bit of extra attention. You're breathing out. Now, on your next breath, I want you to pick a color. It can be any color that you want. And once you have picked your color, I want you to ask your body where you currently have pain trapped in that space. And I want you to tell your body to show you where it is by using the color that you have chosen. Take a note where your body told you there is pain trapped, as those are spaces that you're going to have to heal at a later time. But for right now, I want you to take a few breaths in of that divine healing light and send it to those spaces. Take one last deep breath in. And a deep breath out. When you're ready, you can come back. You can go ahead and let me know when you're back in the comments. You can do a body check-in at any time whenever you need a body check-in. It's important for you to recognize that you can ask your body what's going on with your body. You can actively ask that question and tap in and see what's going on. See where you are internalizing pain, internalizing a lot of the things that you're feeling and where it's being stored, so that later you can go ahead and do the healing that you need so you can clear up any issues that are actively present. With that being said, you can always come back to this live. This will be on my YouTube for those who are on TikTok who need to revisit. If you wanted to hear it as a guided meditation, it will be on my YouTube under the weekly Healing Circle playlist. So let's see what's happening collectively this week. We need to know collectively for this week. What is happening collectively for this week? What's happening collectively? Ooh, Jesus. Getting attacked out here. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Strength card. Bottom of the deck are the underlining energies. Not everybody reads it the same, but I'm just letting you know how I do it. So when it comes to the season, I like to give you guys different ways and different tools that you guys can check in and heal and check in on yourselves, because Virgo rules medicine, right? So if you know how to check in with yourself, like a lot of people, you guys commented a lot of things earlier, right? You said you were confused, chaotic, a lot of stuff is going on, right? You're feeling a lot of things. It's important to know where it's stored in your body, because as you're feeling a lot of these things, you are internalizing it energetically. So it's important to check in where it's going so you can, clear it out later. So it's important to know a lot of different things. It's important to make sure that you are healing and that you are actively paying attention to your energy and how you're internalizing it. So you're not stuck, right? Stuck. And all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, I've been stuck on this for like 3 months. I don't know why I feel this way. Check in on where it's stored in your body and go ahead and clear it. Make sure that you, in whatever way that you prefer to clear it. Sometimes it takes a lot of work. So he said, I feel it in my chakra, in my sacral chakra. Those are two of the most complex places to have trauma stored, because when it's stored there, it can block your manifestation. It can block your attraction. It can also create blockages in new opportunities for different things, because for you to experience things on a pure level, your heart needs to be open to those things. So if you want something, if you're like, oh my God, I wish I had this opportunity. I wish I could get this job. I wish I could get, go back to this or whatever it is, you need to make sure that you have space to experience that. If you are still in a space where you are holding on from every single aspect of the past that hurt you, and you haven't processed or healed, you cannot make space for those things that you want to experience, for you to experience in a way that is actually going to impact you in a meaningful way. So when it comes to the sacral space is where a lot of trauma is stored over a larger period of time. So your heart holds into your vulnerability. And as someone who does a lot of past life work, Your heart holds a lot of your innocence and your vulnerability, and it can create a lot of trauma. Within this lifetime, it gets stuck within your sacral space, and that can cause issues when it comes to manifestation, because that is the area where we create from. So if you have blockages there, it's going to make it harder for you to bring things to life and actually manifest things that you actually want. So it's very, very important to check in and do a lot of release work. And when it comes to doing a lot of heart healing, it's important to be very gentle with yourself, because it's not easy to heal your heart. It's just not. It took me literally a year and change to heal my heart. Like it takes a long time, depending on how stubborn you are. That's also the other thing. Depending on how stubborn you are, it can take a while. But it's definitely something that can be done. It's just that you need to put in the work. You need to dedicate yourself to making sure that it's open. And you know when your heart is blocked or not when you feel it being open, because you can feel your chest being very, very, very tight, constricted. That's how you know it's still closed. But once you feel and you can walk into a space, like there's certain spaces that I immediately open up. My whole entire heart opens up. I do a lot of protection work, so I generally keep certain parts of me close to certain things. But like, let's say I go to the beach, or I'm in the forest, or I'm by the river, like my whole entire chest is just like if the sunshine just pierced through my whole entire chest. And so you need to pay attention to how you feel when you're outside, you know, in relation to how you feel when you're at home in your safe space, because that tells you a lot about how open you are to certain spaces as well. It's very important to pay attention to how your body reacts to certain spaces. And because your space often carries a lot of different traumas and issues, and often gets misused and abused, it is a space that it takes a lot of time to heal as well. It's a lot of work, but it is really, really important for us to check in with these spaces so that we're navigating through life in a very in a purposeful and meaningful way, versus in a way where we're just kind of dragging energy that we don't want right behind us, because it won't make sense. But with that being said, because y'all know that I could talk for a long time, the cards for this week, we have the Queen of Cups, we have the Ten of Wands in reverse, okay? We have the Lovers, which we know is the card of Gemini. We have the Star, which we know is a card of Aquarius, and we have the Chariot, which we know is a card of Cancer. Okay, lots of water energies this week. Water energies this week. As you can see. There's definitely a push this week to out of struggle mode. Okay, some of you are actively like over it. If you have been actively struggling with whatever it is that you're struggling, some of you are like, I'm so over this. I'm so over feeling this way. I don't want to feel this way forever. I don't want to be stuck on this. Like, I feel like I'm stuck on this, and I feel like I keep being stuck on this, and I'm like getting frustrated. Like, I don't want to have to feel this way. I need to do something about it. So we're starting off the week with this Queen of Cups energy, okay? The Queen of Cups is a very spiritual person, very emotional person, very much in her feelings, but very much has mastered being in her feelings in a way that she's able to have a more intuitive discernment of what is needed at that time, okay? So the Queen of Cups is sitting in her throne, where she's able to, if you can see, she's partly on land and partly in water. She knows how to navigate not being over emotional or overwhelmed or over, just drowning herself emotionally and just being super, super energetically, like feeling everybody's feelings, feeling everything that's going on. Going from there to being very much grounded emotionally, okay? Knowing how to kind of navigate both spaces and being like, okay, there's a time, okay, Cancer energy very much so. There's a time of being, feeling the energy, and there's a time to say, okay, this is when that cardinal energy comes through, okay, that Cancer cardinal energy. For those who don't know or don't know about astrology, cardinal Okay, a cardinal sign is a sign that is action-based and action-oriented. So there's 4 cardinal signs. Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Okay. So when it comes to Cancer energy, Cancer is the emotional, okay, is the emotional side of that push, of the action. And because Cancer, okay, also rules emotional consciousness, which connects to your intuition. It's about being aware of the moment, in the moment, being present in the moment, and knowing what needs to be done in the moment, being in balance between those two. And so we're coming up very emotional this week. We're having a very we're feeling our way through, especially at the beginning of the week. A lot of you were like, I don't want to continue to be stuck. I don't want to continue to feel this way. I don't want to continue to like I feel so frustrated. I feel like, how do I get out of this? Like, how do you stop the cycle? It really comes down to stopping the cycle. Some of you are also looking for liberation. That's kind of the other thing about it. The way that some of you, that Mars and Gemini is impacting you guys, is kind of triggering your, that energy of liberation, that energy of wanting to free yourself from something that has been weighing a lot on you. Because Gemini is an air sign. Gemini is a mutable sign. Mutable meaning is it goes with the flow. Okay, it's very much, it's like it ebbs and flows through. It like sometimes it's action, sometimes it's chill, but it very much likes to be able to have the choice of picking where it's going in that direction. Like likes its liberation, its openness, right? And so there is this kind of wanting to liberate ourselves emotionally, wanting to not feel trapped, not feel like we are not in alignment. That's kind of the other thing that's happening here. Some of you have set very bold intentions, whether it was because of this full moon or whether it was like from earlier this year. We started off this year with a whole entire Venus in Capricorn retrograde fiasco situation. Okay, so this year was started in really getting ourselves together. And so I've been telling you guys there's been check-ins throughout the year, right? We've been talking about that. Right now, every single generational planet is in retrograde. Okay, every single generational planet is in retrograde. Plus Mercury, plus Jupiter. So a lot going on when it comes to how we are kind of feeling our way about the past, how we're healing, how we're holding space for ourselves, how we are looking at our destiny. Okay, let's just talk about this because Saturn is still in Aquarius. There's a card of Aquarius. You see how we were talking so much about water, right, at the beginning, and Aquarius happens to be the water bearer? Yes, it is an air sign. Yes, it is a fixed sign. But Aquarius, the star card specifically rules the card of destiny. And Aquarius is a very important, specifically this card is very, very important because the Aquarius energy, the water bearer, rules over how you are, your individuality, and what you're adding to society, right? If you look at the card very, very closely, there is a pool. There's like almost like a lake right here, right? And then you see this jug of water that's being poured and it leaks into this larger pool, right, of water, right? So Aquarius energy rules your individuality, but also rules the collective energies. What are you adding to society? What are you contributing? What are you doing? What is your destiny? And what are you doing about it? So right now, a lot of people's energy of destiny, of things that need to get done, of things, it's very much getting in check with yourself, okay? Getting in check with yourself and saying, okay, you know what? I've been kind of wasting a lot of time on this, or you know what? I had that idea like a couple months ago or even last year, and I really want to get back on track with it. Like I want to go back to school, or I really wanted to do this, or I really wanted to do this. It's really a time. This week is going to be one of those weeks where you're like trying to get back in alignment to where you're supposed to be doing, what you're supposed to be doing, where you're supposed to be going, so that you can be in the proper alignment to do what? There's a victory. Yes, it's a card of Cancer, but there's also the card of victory. Why? Because cardinal signs, Cancer is a cardinal sign, are action-based and action-oriented. They are very much about getting shit done. Okay, all cardinal signs, take it from a Capricorn. We are about getting stuff done. We need to have things be done. If there's a goal, Okay, if there's something that we are gravitated towards, if there's something that needs to be done, it needs to be done. Okay. And so right now there is this sense of almost self-nurturing that's coming out for this week. Some of you might be actually feeding your inner child and, you know, feeding into your own sense of self. And I say that because Cancer rules nourishment when it comes to family. That includes things that you might have wanted to do when you were younger that maybe, you know, as you get indoctrinated into society and the capitalist world and all the things, you might give up on some dreams, or you might give up on doing certain things because it doesn't make money, it doesn't do what you wanted to do, or whatever the hell it is. But you might actually decide to do something that you've always wanted to do this week. You might actually decide to, you know, take the risk or take the shot and say, you know what, if I don't ever try to do this, I'm never going to be happy. If I don't ever try to, you know, contribute my little sand, my little pebble of sand into this larger beach full of sands, I might never feel like I, you know, got what I wanted or did what I needed to do. Like I might never feel like I did my purpose, you know, like it's giving very much hashtag no regrets. Okay, this week. So there is this focus on being in alignment, but there's also a focus on being in alignment with our destiny, but also empowering ourselves that we're going to do it. That's kind of the thing about this Chariot card right here. It's a victory. Okay, this is a card, yeah, no, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to second guess myself. I'm not going to like tell myself I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. It's like, it's very much believing in yourself versus struggling. Like a lot of you are like, I don't want to feel like I'm stuck anymore. And I feel like I've been, because I don't have the liberation that I need. You see how much air energy we have? It's water and air this week. It's following how you're mentally, like your thoughts, but also how you're feeling as well. I really need I don't want to regret this. I want to make sure I do this right. I want to make sure that I can ultimately do what I'm supposed to do. I want to make sure that I don't regret this. I don't regret this timeline where I'm at right now. I don't want to regret it. I just don't. And so this week, very, very powerful week. One thing I will say, because we are in Virgo season. Virgo season is a time for healing, okay? It is Virgos, healing and serving others, as well as disease. So this is a time where we're analyzing things that we need to remove, whether it be habits, whether it be things, whether it be people, whether it be, you know, and we're also under Mercury Retrograde. You might feel called to do a project or finish an idea or do whatever you need to do from literally a path that you got out back and then you put it in the back burner because you've been so busy, right? So it is a time where you analyzing your healing and you doing what you need to do right now means that you have to choose you. Means that you have to make a decision that, you know, puts you back in alignment with your destiny, that puts you back in alignment with your journey. That is healing, okay? All healing is not, you know, looks a specific way. Sometimes healing is you getting to do what you wanted to do. You choosing yourself, you blocking somebody, you like literally removing someone out of your life because they have outstayed their welcome. Sometimes healing looks like the most smallest thing, or it could look like a whole dramatic thing. It literally, it can be like a million different things. But this week, it's definitely a point where we're like getting back on track. And we're also like, no, I need, like, if you look at the bottom of the deck, you see it. Like we're coming up with that strength energy, that Leo energy, okay? It's just like, okay, where we're at now, what do I want to do? I want to be playful. I want to like want to feel something. I want to like be passionate about something. Like a lot of you are going to just rip the Band-Aid and say, you know what, this is what I need. And if that's what you need, that's your medicine. That's the other thing that y'all need to, you know, keep in mind about this. Not all types of medicine is gonna look the same. Okay. Sometimes it's gonna look like, you know, what you've been needing or what you've been wanting for a really, really long time. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with needing something that it's almost like you've been like has been demonized, or you've been told like, oh, why are you wasting your time on that? Or you're never gonna not ever amount anything, especially when it comes to doubt and people doubting your potential and your energy. It's like, no, we're coming into a time where y'all are really like, no, I know exactly what I need to do with this ain't it. Like, this really ain't it. We're getting clairvoyance and understanding. Okay, because some of you are literally, first of all, the other thing about Virgo season is that Virgos are the hermit, right? The hermit goes into a cave with a light. It's trying to process that information. It tries to process and understand so that it can have a clearer understanding of what to do with it. Whether it needs to be transmuted, whether it needs to be healed, whether it needs to have a different perspective about something, okay? There's a lot happening with that understanding right now and what you understand about what you need to do. And there's also romance and love, okay? This I'm not surprised about because we're getting the Lover's energy. Right now, Mercury Retrograde rules committed relationships, okay, and marriages. So I'm not really surprised to see the love and romance. Some of you might be leaving a relationship to pursue something that is more passionate, or maybe you've been waiting for something to be a little bit more committed. You see joy and love. Like, some of you want something that you have not been receiving. Okay, you see how bottom of the deck is empowerment and freedom? Some of you are picking you're picking yourself. You're picking yourself. And that is a very, very beautiful thing. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Sorry about Pink in the background. I'm pretty sure my wife is coming upstairs, and so she's gonna bark till she comes up here. But when it comes to relationships and love and how you feel, right? Because we started with a lot of water energy. That includes your relationships. That includes how you feel. That includes what you want emotionally. That includes validating a lot of the internal, the way that you've been internalizing your feelings about different things. It includes a lot. And right now, again, it's time for you to do what? Time to replenish, okay? It's that time where it's important for you to recognize that you need to recharge your batteries and get on track. Back on track those intentions that you set for yourself, get back on track with your what you originally wanted, right? What you originally needed, like really feeling like you're grounded in something in the way that you were meant to experience it. Emotional protection. Some of y'all are definitely picking, again, we're starting off this week as the Queen of Cups, which means that we're in our power, we're feeling a little bit more in our element, we're feeling a little bit more like, I feel like I need to keep my heart in a certain place, or I need to keep my passion in a certain place, or I need to keep the love that I have for this, or I need to fuel that flame. And I can't listen to people that are doubting me. I can't listen to, all of these kind of naysayers, all these kind of things. I'm going to get this shit done. I'm going to do this, right? And so that means that we need to be protecting ourselves right now. That means that we need to make sure that we are actively doing the work that we need to do, that we are actively not silencing that inner knowledge of what it is that we need right now. We need to be listening to ourselves, and we need to be connecting to that truth, because that is our truth at the end of the day. It doesn't change the fact that our truth is our truth. You can try to deny how you feel about something, but if that's how you feel, you feel. It's as simple as that. Then we have power in prayer. Okay, power in prayer. It's really important that through this time, y'all are being very, very mindful about how you are connecting to your ancestors, how you're connecting to your spirits, how you're connecting to how you're connecting to the things that you're praying about too, because you might feel like alone. There's certain aspects of when you're feeling very emotional, you can feel very alone, or you can feel like you're stuck, or you can feel like, oh my God, I have to get me out of this. I'm the one that has to push through. I'm the one that has to kind of like do something about this. Like, I don't have anybody else to count on. And that's not true. You have your spirits and you have your ancestors, and you need to recognize, okay, recognize that your voice, let's just go to the Gemini card, because we know Gemini rules communication. Okay, your voice, how you communicate to the divine. Okay, this is one of the reasons why Gemini, and also why this card is really, really important, because if you look at the card, it tells you how we connect to the divine. It tells you how you see how she's looking up to the divine. Gemini is inherently connected to the messages from the divine. Okay, so when we are in prayer, when we are looking up and we're like, okay, ancestors, spirits, guides, whomever they are, really doesn't matter who they are. Prayer is a universal thing, and it's not something that is specific to any culture or any, groups of people. It is a universal thing. Prayer is a universal thing. So when you go back to prayer, when you acknowledge that you don't need to feel alone about where you're at, okay? When you acknowledge that you need to allow yourself to kind of go with the flow instead of feeling like you only have yourself to count on, because society makes us feel like we only have ourselves to count on. The reality is that you have a whole ass team behind you, like out helping you get in alignment where you need to be. But you also need to give that spiritual consent through your prayers. You need to say, hey, I'm gonna leave this situation. I want to stop struggling with this, and I realize that this is a cause, so I'm gonna leave this behind. Please help me, give me strength. Please keep me on track with what I need to do, so I can stay on track with what I need to do. Okay, y'all need to maintain that energy, okay, and ask for help in that instant. We're also getting move and adapt, okay, because some of you are leaving certain things behind, and some of you are going to have to. And we're also getting, bottom of the deck is harvest and sows and awakening dream. Harvest and sow and awakening dreams. Like, the underlining message that you are literally going after your dreams. Like, you are literally choosing you are choosing to go after the things that you have been wanting to do, or that you just been wanting to experience, like, and you haven't been able to for whatever reason. Like, you're choosing you now. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But that might mean leaving somebody behind. That might mean cutting ties with someone. That might mean you moving on or changing the plans. It's Mercury Retrograde, okay? It is a time to reevaluate things so that you can move. Once Mercury Retrograde, ends, you can mentally be very clear about where you're headed, because you thought about it. You sat with spirit. You sat with your ancestors. You were like, you know what? This is where I think I should be going, and I think that's what I should be doing. So that's what I'm gonna do. Just if you feel like this is what I need to be doing, then you're not wrong. You're never gonna be wrong, because you know what you need to be doing. Like, I could be sitting across the screen and be like, okay, well, this is what you need to be doing. But if it does not resonate with you, if you're like, happy, but I don't feel like that's what I need to be doing, then that's not what you need to be doing, okay? You know more about you than I. You 1000% will always know yourself better than I will ever will. So it's important for you to listen to yourself and your own knowledge and your own understanding, your own wisdom, the things that you are discerning, okay? Listen to yourself, because those things are understanding. Those things are important, okay? Those things are very, very important. I love that we're also getting the card of denial. You're gonna be stuck in, some of you might stay a little bit stuck, okay? I know this card was upside down, okay? It was in reverse. The 10 of Wands was in reverse. But some of you might still be in denial of what needs to be done. Some of you might need to process it this week, okay? This week, it might take this week for you guys to sit with it and be like, oh, you know what? I keep trying to tell myself that this is gonna work, that this is a thing, that this is the one, that this is like it, but it's not changing, it's not changing, it's not changing, it's not changing. Something not changing can irritate you so much that it will just change everything. It will just change everything. The more you get stuck or you feel stuck in a situation, and that situation keeps telling you, hey, we're not going to change. There's nothing about the situation that's going to change. You're just still here. You're still trying to be here, waiting for it to change, but it's not going to change, right? So you need to be very mindful about any type of denial that you have this week. You lying to yourself, okay? We also got summon. We got summon. We have complicated, listening, letting go, and conclusion. Because I told you this week y'all are getting, it's gonna be it's liberation week. Okay, y'all is seeking liberation because y'all are emotionally done with the struggle. Y'all are emotionally done being frustrated. Like y'all are going to be, there's gonna be a rededication again to your passion, to your journey, and to your success, to your victory. That's really where we're at. We're coming up at the end of the week. You're gonna be like, I am finally getting back on track with myself. I'm finally gonna get to freaking focus on this, or I'm gonna just, you know what? I'm not gonna allow anybody else to treat me in the same way ever again. I just can't. I wasted a lot of time. Some of you are coming to terms with what has been done. So, you know, conclusions are here. Conclusions are definitely here. But your spirits are listening. Okay, this is why we have summon, and this is why we have the listening card. They're listening to how you're processing this complicated ass situation that you know, let yourself be in denial for, you know, for quite a bit of time. They've been waiting for you to come into that understanding. You see how we have the understanding card twice, okay? Because when I tell you, we're starting off the week emotionally feeling like we need to be grounded. It's just, we're listening to ourselves intuitively. Your intuition is like, okay, this happened again. It's happened so many different times. Is it ever going to change? I don't think so. I don't know if I can change how I feel. I think I have to remove myself from the situation. I've been feeling that way for a while. Then that is your truth, baby. That is your truth. You can't change what your truth is. You just can't. You can only change circumstance. You can change the situation. You can exit out of the situation and see your way out. So you are no longer being impacted by the situation in a way that's taking your peace. Because that is the problem. Some of these things, some of the situations that you guys are in have been taking over your peace for quite a while. Gentle with yourself, says Archangel Michael. Be gentle with yourself because this is a very emotional time. This is not a time to, like, you know, be hard on yourself. This is a time to be emotionally very clear and honest. Ebb and flow with the waters. Okay, ebb and flow with the water. Ebb and flow with the water. And then we also have the romance angels. Because some of you, we got a lot of love energy in this reading. Okay, let's just listen. Let's just pull up all the romance, the love, let's just talk about the love energy that we got in this reading. Okay. I understand that you want what you want. Okay. I understand that you might have wanted this person, right? But if they're not what you want, and if they're not in alignment with you in the way that you need to be, and you keep praying, okay, you keep praying like, oh my God, can this just work? Why does it have to be this way? Like, we talked about this last week. We literally did. Why does this have to be this way? Why can't this just work out? Why is this an issue? Why? Like, if you're just like beating yourself up in the head, trying to figure out like, why can't this work? Why can't this other person? Why does this have to be this way? Why does it have to be complicated? Why do we gotta play this? If you're sitting here and asking yourself and then praying like, oh my God, can the situation be fixed? Can we be okay? Can we be okay? Can we be okay? Your spirits are like, okay, you do need to realize at one point the situation is not going to change, but that person is definitely out there. And so when the romance angels are helping you, when spirit helping you navigate this, it's not just about you like forcing this person or the situation to go your way. It's about you actually getting to the point where you have the love that you want to experience. And you have to accept that it might not be with this person. It might not be this person. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It happens. You outgrow people, you have more needs, or your needs are something that now are the bigger part of the situation. It's like I've almost bended and twisted myself to fit in this mold when what my needs are outside of this mold. Okay. And we have guarded and protected. Because it's really important right now for y'all to protect your peace and for y'all to protect yourself from drama that doesn't need to be there. Okay. Again, if you remove the struggling, if you remove the thing that you're struggling with, then you're protecting your energy. You're protecting your emotional energy. You're protecting your mental peace. You're not, struggling with the situation at hand because you have removed it. You have actively said, okay, you know what? Can't do this. You saying I can't do this, you saying, you know what, I really gotta let this go. It's you protecting yourself. It's you protecting your future. You protecting your time because you're no longer wasting your time on something that is not gonna bear you any fruit. Keep watering this thing. You keep pouring all of your emotions, all of you pouring your whole entire destiny into this thing that's not bearing you any fruit, that's not getting you anywhere, expecting it to get you somewhere, but it's not getting you somewhere. And then you want to be mad about it. So there's the week where there's the week that it's like, no, we're gonna I'm gonna have to make a decision. I'm gonna have to choose myself. I'm gonna have to get back on track. I'm tired of feeling this way. Like if we're just having a conversation, you and me, right? And we're just talking, and you're just like venting at me, and you're just like, you know what, Abby? Like I don't know. Like I just kind of feel like this and blah blah. By the end of the week, you're gonna have a little bit of a different perspective. When I tell you, and I feel like I've said this a lot this year in a lot of the weekly healing circles, right? And if it's the first time weekly healing circle, welcome. We literally basically come here at the beginning of the week so we have some healing and check in on the energies. But listen, one of the things that I always say when it comes to myself, and I've said this a lot this year, is that you got to be your own best friend. I am my own best friend. My wife is also my best friend, but I am my own best friend first, okay? I know what I like to eat. I know where I like to travel. I know what makes me happy. I know my favorite movies, my favorite color. I know what I love, what I enjoy. Like I am literally my own best friend. I know where I like to go shopping. I know everything about okay? You have to be your own best friend, okay? There's a lot of times where we have friends and it's almost like in a bragging type of way where we're talking to them about stuff and we're like, oh yeah, this is happening to me. And like, you almost like don't want to change your mind about something that you committed to because you told your friend about it. You don't want them to judge you. You don't want to take the view in a certain way or something like that. And you're just like, yeah, I really, like this person, but I don't know. And then the judging starts and then they start saying, oh well, I told you they were like a little this, and then all of a sudden all of your decisions get judged, and then it doesn't really feel like a safe space. It doesn't feel like you are being centered in the conversation you're talking to. You got to learn how to be your own best friend. So when you need to sit down and have these conversations with yourself and say, you know what, I gotta change my mind, or I haven't been feeling the same way, or this is what it is. You are not gonna sit here like, oh, well, you know what? I told you so. Oh, well, I knew they weren't good for you. You're going to be like, you know what? I should have listened to my intuition in the first place. I should have just listened to my intuition. But you know what? I'll know for next time. This was a lesson learned. Like, you're not going to sit here and beat yourself up or, be shady. Okay, be shady. You're going to be like, you know what? I learned a good lesson. Let's move on. Let us get back to, let us get back. Let us get back. Okay. It's important for you to empower yourself by being your own best friend. It's important for you to hold space for yourself by sitting with yourself and being honest. And so after you've had set conversations with yourself, you can go to those friends and be like, yeah, I made that decision. Yeah, I'm cool with it. Whatever they say, okay, but I'm cool with it. That's what I decided. I am my own person at the end of the day. So moving on, this is what I will be focusing on if you want to share or not. It's important to not feel like you're pressured to have to do something out of, how people are always like, if you want to get something done, like a project or something, tell a friend about it because you're going to be shamed to tell them that you gave them the thing. It's the same way when you're like, healing, you need to be mindful of how much weight you're putting on other people's opinions about you releasing something, because you might not want to be honest with yourself because you're like, oh, but then I'm gonna have to tell this person, and then I'm gonna have to hear it, and then I don't like, what if they say wrong? Like, sometimes we put a lot of weight on what other people think instead of what we think, when what you think should be way more important than what other people think. There is a time where we need to hold space for other people's opinions, and there's a time where you need to listen to your knowledge, your understanding, your perception. You need to hold more weight and water on that, because at the end of the day, the only one that will be there for you, ride or die, is you. You are the only person, because you are literally moving in your own body. You have to. I cannot stress this enough. As someone who has a Gemini moon, okay, just trust me. Okay, I know we can be chaotic. I know we can be all over the place. I know we bounce, but having a duality, okay, working with the duality of Gemini has saved me so much in my life, because I've been able to see things from multiple perspectives. I've been able to hold space for myself and actually sit with, okay, how are you feeling? What is it that you need to know? And actually just talk to myself without feeling like I'm losing, myself. We're just sitting with my own knowledge. And it's really important for you to have the strongest relationship with yourself. So when some shit goes down with other people, have different priorities, who are like centering themselves first before they will ever center you. And that's the most important thing to understand. That you are able to have yourself to lean on. It's not about being conceited. It's not about you feeling like you're right all the time. It's not about you feeling like, oh, I'm untouchable. I'm feedbackable. No, none of that. It's about you making sure that you have your back first. You need to recognize how you heal, what your relationship is with yourself, how you love, what you need. Okay? Because you need to make sure that you already know what the answers to those questions are. So when it's time to talk about it with somebody else, you feel very grounded in what you're saying. Okay? You feel like, you know what? This is my truth. This is my truth. This is what it is. This is how I feel. Okay. And so when it comes to being your best friend, it is absolutely necessary for you to slow down, talk to yourself. Okay? Talk to yourself. We are in a Mercury season. Gemini and Virgo are dual signs. Okay, they're both twin signs. Okay, it's a time for you to literally, if you want to talk to a mirror, if that makes it easier, like I talk to myself in my head or out loud sometimes. But if you want to just sit in front of a mirror and be like, yo, what's up? Okay, so what's going on? Okay, so this is how I've been feeling. Okay, so I feel like this and that. And if that makes it easier for you to talk to yourself, then do that. Conversation with yourself. Get clear on what it is, how you're feeling, what's going on, so that you can heal. Okay? Call it mirror magic. Call it mirror healing. I don't care what you call it. But I need y'all to sit down with yourselves and have a conversation. Go hermit. Nobody else goes into that hermit cave to analyze and process but you. Okay? You're the only one that goes into that hermit cave. Virgo season, you are the only one that goes into that hermit cave. Nobody else is with you. You go in that knowledge with that situation and you go process in that cave and you come out of it understanding it more, processing it a little bit better, and making a decision for your health and your healing to correct whatever needs to be corrected, to heal what needs to be healed. Okay? So you need to go in it alone first. Some of you need to build a relationship with yourself before you even get the love that you're looking for. For some of you, what you feel like somebody else should be holding for you, the space that somebody else should be holding for you, or the love that somebody else should be giving for you, to you, is actually something that you need to give yourself first. That's what I said. Whoever wants to get mad at that can get mad at that, but it is the truth. Okay? It is the truth. It is. I swear. Why is it that y'all, listen, if y'all been, for those who've been with me for a while, y'all know Spirit trolls me every single week in weekly circles. Spirit be trolling me, okay? And y'all know by now. But you see this? Y'all see this? You can't make this shit up. Reflect. Peer into the endless ocean and see what peers back. You see how there's a little mirror right there? This just that. You see this? Okay. Perks of having a Gemini moon. You don't need cards. I don't need cards to tell you the messages of the week. but we do so anyway. So spirit control. We do so anyway, so spirit can be out here trolling me, trolling the hell out of the reading. But no, we need to be reflecting. It's Virgo season. If you don't think the energy is going to impact you, come on now. Come on now. Okay. Generosity. What good is treasure if you keep it for yourself? Why is that important? Because when was the last time that you gave so much more of an effort to yourself that you have given to other people? Some of you will give every ounce of you, every ounce of your emotion, every ounce of your passion, ounce of your fire, your energy to everybody else. Then when it's time to give it to yourself, oh, what's that? What's that? What is self-care? Self-care is blocking someone. Self-care is watching a movie. Self-care is you doing something that you've been wanting to do for a really long time. Self-care looks like something different for every single person. But it's important for you to be mindful of how you're spreading your generosity. Because sometimes, and take this from that Cancer energy, Cancer will be the line. Y'all know this. If you're a Cancer, if you have Cancer placements, you know this. Cancer will give everything, will nurture the hell out of other people. And then they will complain when they don't get that shit in return. I call it micro traumas. Because Cancer goes and hold to that. Like, I did you want, you don't do this for me. That's not fair. And they'll tell you too, because they're a cardinal sign. They're gonna tell you right there and there, like, why don't you ever do this for me? I do this for you all the damn time. It's like we're not balanced here. Like, what? Why can't you? Okay, I cook for you every day. You haven't for me once in like 2 months. Why do I always gotta take down the trash? Why do I always gotta take care of you when you're emotional, but I don't get asked if I'm okay? Like, Cancers will nurture the hell out of you because they nourish. They rule family. That's literally what they rule. They literally rule that thing. When you rule that thing, that's what you do. Virgo rules healing. That is what they do. Okay, that is what they do. Leos rule the ego. So what do you think that they do? They focus on themselves. Okay, all right. That's literally what they do. So that's what they focus on. Gemini rules communication. So what do you think they do? They talk. They have a lot of friends because that's what they do. Cancer rules nourishment, okay? It rules your emotional consciousness, your intuition. It is naturally empathic, and it is naturally always giving every single aspect of themselves. It will be on the plane, and it will put the mask on somebody else before they put it on them damn selves, which I disagree with, by the way. But it's important, and I always be yelling at Cancers, and y'all know I do. If you've been following me for a while, you know I be telling y'all in Cancer season to stop that shit, and it needs to be in balance. Okay, this is another reason why Capricorns and Cancers we're opposite each other. We understand each other. You see, as a Capricorn, I understand I understand y'all. Okay, because we're hella nurturing too. We Capricorns are very grounded, right? So we anything that you need, we're like, okay, you need this, oh, you're complaining about that, we'll go fix it. This is also how you know if a Capricorn is into you, by the way. You'll be complaining about something and we'll literally jump in to help you. This is why Cancer and Capricorn, we balance each other out. We're the water to the earth, okay? We make the planet, basically, okay? But a lot of people take advantage of Cancer. A lot of people don't recognize that they also need to hold space for Cancer. They also need to hold space for that energy. Also need to like look at how much that person gives to them. Look at how much they're just like pouring out. A lot of people take advantage of Cancers and Cancer placements just because of how generous they are. And it's important to not sit here and, you know, first of all, recognize that you are doing that. Recognize when you are giving all of your energy, All of it, all of your emotion, all of your efforts. Okay, when you're being too generous with other people, but then you're not doing it with yourself. You need, y'all need to recognize and analyze. Like, yo, you know what? I be doing too much. Okay, yeah, I need to rest. You know what? I'm tired. I need to do something for me. Y'all need to do something for yourself sometimes. Y'all need to be a little bit more like Leo sometimes. I'm just saying, because I give, and give. And then when it comes to something being given back to you, it's like, why are you mad? Why are you complaining? Why are you starting something? Why are you always mad about something? Because it's not fair. Because it's not fair. It's not fair. This is why people complain, because they get that in return. They don't. It's hard for them to find someone that balances them out in that way. Then we have listen. Okay, listen. The secrets of the sea become apparent when we listen to the sound within shells. Okay, and this is part of that hermit mode. When you go inside that cave and you take a moment to reflect. When you pray. You know what? We got listening twice. Listening twice. Listening twice. It's also a great time that if you're working with your ancestors and your spirit, asking them for advice this week, and you're like, oh my God, ancestors, help me get through this. What do I need to know? What do I need to do? And then, I don't know, a song comes up on the radio. A song shuffles into your damn Spotify. You're watching a movie and you hear a line, you hear a quote, you hear something that is like absolutely like, you needed to hear it in order for you to process that situation. Y'all need to listen, because it's going to happen in different ways. Now we're getting anchor. Okay, anchor. Keep yourself grounded. We're in an earth season. Okay, we're in an earth season. So this is what started this whole entire life with a body check-in. Okay, we did that. And for those who missed it and just joined in and wanted to see that, y'all can check that out on YouTube. It's available for replay. We started this live with a body check-in because I wanted you guys to check in with your body to see where in your body you currently are holding on to certain things that are not so pleasant. Where is it trapped? So you guys can go address it and heal later. We can't hold the whole entire healing session right now, but I can help you guys find where it is so you guys can start, doing the work and addressing that shit. It's because you need to check in on your body, where you are grounded in. You need to check in. You need to listen to yourself so that you can physically be able to navigate the physical realm, feeling grounded, not feeling like you're lost, not feeling like you're like, like, no. Feel good. I feel healed. I feel like I'm more aware. Hermit mode. Okay, and then we have chance. Chance. Allow the sea to wash the chest of wonders ashore. You never know what the tide may bring in. And that's kind of the thing about it. We're going to take a chance on y'all destinies. That's really the way that it's looking. Some of you are going to take a chance on that journey. Some of you are going to choose yourselves. This week is going to be a very powerful week. This week is going to get some of you on track with what you've been wanting to do for a really long time. And that is beautiful. That is very, very, very beautiful. I really hope that, some of you get out of the denial, because some of y'all is in denial. Let's just keep it 100. Let's just keep it 100. So it's clearly in denial, but by the end of the week, if you're actively present with yourself, you will recognize what it is that you need to do to move forward. That's really what it comes down to. Anyway, that was the weekly healing circle for this week. I hope that y'all got all of the messages that y'all needed, because that was a lot. Okay, if you need to rewatch this and you joined hella late, it's literally on replay on YouTube, because that's why we do the live on 2 platforms, because YouTube actually lets you replay the live. You need to replay it. You need to revisit. Okay, that body check-in that we did earlier, the little small meditation that we did earlier. You can do so on YouTube. My YouTube is linked in the link in my bio for those who are going to want to check that out. But with that being said, y'all have a good night. I'm currently editing videos and sending out readings right now. So stay tuned for things, but we have a lot. We're doing a lot. If you're not following me on YouTube yet, make sure you're following me on YouTube because they get the bulk of my content anyway. And I am going to be uploading something for Mercury Retrograde that I feel like you guys are going to enjoy. So go do that. Follow me on YouTube. Go subscribe. Go subscribe to my YouTube. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank y'all for being here. I hope y'all have a good night. Don't forget to sign up for the 1 hour community Reiki and guided meditation. It's happening on the 23rd of September because I wanted a space just to do some energy healing, like community based. So that's gonna be amazing. The link for that will also be in my bio. If you're on YouTube, it should be linked down in the description. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Y'all are the best. Bye. Bye. Good night.